And good evening, everybody, and welcome to our show. It's called Tournament Horse Racing. My name is Rich Sharp. I'll be your host for tonight's show. Here's what we've done. We've taken the horse racing calendar, we've broken up into four separate horse racing tournaments throughout the year. Each of those individual tournaments consists of 10 individual racing days, and those racing days consist of four individual races on that day. Each of our horse players goes ahead and makes a mythical $2 win place bet in each of those four races. Simply put, whoever wins the most money wins that racing day. After those 10 racing days are completed, whoever wins that tournament wins the tournament. We actually keep score throughout the year, so we have a year-end champion as well. And that's kind of how we do it here on Tournament Horse Racing. You'll get the feel of it as we go along. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to bring in our handicappers. I'm going to go ahead and start just a little bit to the north of me. He's out here in Menifee, California. Steve Newsom, how's life been treating you?
Oh, not too bad, Rich. I think I'm just looking to hang on to a lead for a couple more weeks, right?
Yeah, no kidding. Like that, right? And I even switched up tracks here at the last second, and yeah, but you are on the lead, and we'll see if the new track can help out the three guys who are chasing you at all. I'm going to go all the way across the other side of the country, and we're going to Staten Island, New York, and Ray Torado, my good friend. He's our second racing analyst. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm doing good. Yeah, it's you know we're waiting for summer to come because
Waiting for
spring right
summer.
now we're still chilly over here. So, but it's been nice weather. So it's been pretty nice. But now graduation is all over, so school's over. So now we gotta focus on vacation soon. So speaking of vacation,
Yeah, no kidding. I was gonna say, for the only time, other than the maybe the time that Ray came out to my house and we actually broadcasted three broke guys
oh
handicapping
yeah,
from my house, and you were actually
hmm
in my kitchen. Has anybody been further east than you during one of these broadcasts? Other
now we
than,
do.
yeah, now we have someone who's coming live to us from London, England. Joe English. You don't really have to say. I actually know how you've been doing because we've been seeing your pictures. But how's it going? How's life treating you?
I mean, again, London's phenomenal. Ascot is an experience unto itself.
Oh yeah.
It's something you have to do if you can. It's a bucket list item. And the city's been terrific. The weather's been quite warm, actually, warmer than it's been in Southern California, believe it or not. So, again, London's great. Ascot's been terrific. The racing there has been fantastic. The King and the Queen even won a race earlier in the week, and Frankie Dettori continues out to be dominant, and it's really going to be sad to see him go. But I mean, other than that, everything's great. I'm not complaining.
I'm glad to hear you're not complaining. You're on vacation in London at Royal Ascot. Wow. Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
How
I
big?
have reasons to complain if I
I
get
heard I heard one call. It says the guy says, "And don't give Frankie the lead because there he goes."
How
And he
how
won the race
oh,
by 5 lengths.
yeah, how
well, he's
how
winning 2.5
big?
mile races too, so it does. He
Yeah,
doesn't have to be on the
telling
lead.
you.
He's fine.
All right. I have already started sharing my screen. I'm sorry I kind of jumped the gun there, but that's how we do it here on Tournament Horse Racing. Ray, Joe, Steve, myself will be competing against each other tonight. We'll be picking. There's four races. I will show you the track in just a second here. But before I do, we're going to go ahead and take a look at last week, which was June 18th or June 17th, I believe it was. They're at Monmouth Racetrack in New Jersey. And as you see, I just nosed out Steve a little bit. It's not going to help me all that much. I'm trailing him by a little bit more than that. Nice to get the victory, but only picking up $4. Not going to help me, and I'll show you why as we take a look at summary of quarter number one. And as you see there, Steve's actually still got me by, well, just about $35. So we've got. Let me move you guys over here. Here's my phone. I'm going to shut you down right there. We've got two racing weeks left. So we'll go ahead and I put my name in there for the Mom Mistakes. And we have substituted, if you watch our show, we actually had Belmont listed on here. I got chewed out by Ray already. But Belmont's card was a little light this weekend. And
Very light.
they're at Thistledown in North Randall, Ohio, was the Ohio Derby, which has a nice little $500,000 pot. And I thought that that one made more sense. They've got four stakes races, and so we will add Thistledown. They're actually almost like Evangeline Downs, showing up really for one of the first times. As a matter of fact, that is the first time ever, either in Three Broke Guys handicapping or tournament horse racing, that we've ever covered Thistledown kind of on the air. So we're going to go ahead over there as soon as we take a look. Thistledown is in North Randall, Ohio. And as you see, Steve, you kind of gave us the update earlier. What have you got to say about North Randall, Ohio tomorrow?
Oh yeah, so what I saw was isolated thunderstorms, rain showers in the afternoon, 40% chance of rain.
Good news. I don't think there's very many turf races tomorrow, and I don't think there's any in the 4-race sequence that we started with. So again, we are at Thistledown in North Randall, Ohio. Our 4-race sequence. We'll start with race number 9. They are going 1.125 miles on the main track. It is the Daniel Stearns Cleveland Gold Cup Stakes. Purse is $75,000. It is for 3-year-olds who are registered Ohio foals. I do not believe we have any registered Ohio foals on this show. And your morning line favorite is in post number 6. And the horse's name is, if I'm not mistaken, it's Trojan Tail, trained by Michael Maker and ridden by Fair and Peterson. 5-2 on the Thistledown morning line, and I was torn as to which direction we were going to go. And I'm just going to go ahead. I will go ahead and keep on talking, and we'll save Joe for the very end because he is out there in England. And I started off with horse number 5, Hey Eugene. It's the other Michael Maker angle, and he is being ridden by Jareth Loveberry. And the reason I decided to go with this horse, he this last race that they were in, seems to have a ridiculous pace number to it, and that's again here on our Brisnet forums, as you see here. Both calls were both pretty good. Yeah, the horse does finish 11 lengths off the lead. That's a little bit of a stakes race that was there at Belmont on the turf, but before that, 2 races against Open Company and main special weight events. That's how they are. That's how he broke his maiden, and don't know a whole lot about the ownership groups or the breeders here at Thistledown, but I am familiar with Jareth Loveberry. He is a solid jockey, and obviously Michael Maker is one of the nationwide. He is very good, and so I decided to settle on the 5-horse again. Go out with the other Michael Maker angle. Hey Eugene and hey Steve, what do you think about this race?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the inside. I'm gonna hit Paint the Town, the 3. Jockey trainer combinations hitting at 24%, 21 races. I think the horse returning to dirt, where he's more comfortable. I think suit him well and should make him real competitive for this race. So I'm gonna go with the 3, Paint the Town.
You are handing it off to Mr. Torado over there in New York.
Well, I'm on the same horse, Paint the Town. Um, I'm not gonna change because I just want, I think he's a good horse, and I'm hoping to get money too for the year anyway.
Yeah, that's a
But
good point.
um, you know, basically he's been a sprinter, been running well, closing sprinter. I'm just hoping that the last race he just have some life, going up to third on the stretch. He's on the turf, so maybe going back to dirt. Maybe it was just a chance to see if he wanted to go the distance of that far. And, I mean, he was pretty competitive. I mean, 4 lengths out in a pretty decent race. Another Ohio stake race there. So maybe going back to the dirt. This was down did win. He's 2 for 2 there. So um, let's see what the trainer. The trainer has some ideas about this race, and it's a good race. And they're trying to give some more options for this horse who's been 6 for 6 in the money, been competitive, and got some good figures. So let's see what happens. Maybe the horse can take to distance and get back on his supposedly favorite track. You know, but the last time I've been to Ohio, probably the only time, I went to a bowling tournament, and all I remember is I wound up. I was with a good friend of mine, and part of the trip, we wound up with a whole bag of M&Ms in my front seat. We spilled them. That was a good story, but Ohio's a nice town, so But now we're gonna go off to London. Joe, what do you
There
think
we
about this
go.
race?
Yeah,
Way
I
across
don't
there.
I
Good
don't
morning.
really. Yeah, I'm on, unfortunately like you, Ray. I'm on the same horse, and I'm not changing. And he's like undefeated locally, but turf is probably not what he wants to do. Dirt is probably his best surface, and the jockey trainer combination has been solid enough. But there was a couple of things I wanted to mention. I don't believe Thistledown has a turf course. I'm not 100% sure about that.
Mm,
So maybe that's
that's
why there are no turf
possible.
races.
Yeah.
The other thing I thought I saw yesterday, and yeah, I know I've been in London, so I'm not really in the loop, but I'm kind of not out of it either, obviously. I don't know that Jareth Loveberry is supposed to ride today. I think he had physical issues
Oh,
that's preventing him because he mentioned something about not being able to ride two fills in a tweet yesterday. So I'm not 1,000% sure about that, but you might want to um, check social media. Maybe one of you guys have your phone. I think actually it was Jareth Loveberry who tweeted it himself. So either I dreamed it and it really isn't true, and he actually is going to be on two fills. But I thought I saw that on social media yesterday. So, but still, I'm on Paint the Town just like the other two guys.
And you are painting the town.
I was gonna say you have been posting a lot of pictures of pines, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh, pints, yeah.
Oh, dude, Pims
That
is
was the
so good.
beer.
Pims is
Yeah.
so good.
Yeah. Well, you
It's a
told us.
really good. It's a good summer drink. It's got orange, lime, lemon. Uh, I'm not sure if it's cucumber in it, but it's top notch.
All right, here we go.
I call it being
Uh,
salted. So.
we will move to the next race in our four-race sequence. This is going to be race number 10. Again, going a mile and the 16th on the main track. This is the George Lewis Memorial Stakes. Purse is $75,000. It is again for 3-year-olds and upward, accredited Ohio foals. And your morning line favorite is in post number 8, Big Truck. Big Truck, trained by Larry Smith and ridden by Guillermo Rodriguez, is 3-1 on the Thistledown morning line, and that means that Steve's going to get to go first.
Yeah, and I have to go far. I'm gonna stay on Big Truck here. Horse had some nice workouts. It's He's 3-2-2 and nine starts at the distance. Also got a lot of experience on and off track. In case we have a bit of an off track tomorrow. And also first in prime power. So I'm gonna stick with a favorite on this one, Big Truck here. Ray.
All right, I'm right next to you. Number 9, Romantic Cowboy.
You romantic cowboy.
Um, the trainer doesn't have much many starts, but looks like this horse he got some speed, should be able to forward place. Obviously they all fit here. This Bautista's got some good percentages for the year. Second race off the layoff. I think the first race they did try sprinting and then showed some speed, tied a little bit. Maybe he needed the race. Um, just been running in the allowances and the slight stake races here. So I'm just thinking that you get a good trip. Been going between he's 3 wins out of his 4 have been at Thistledown. Also been running I think at what, Mountaineer or the other track.
What is MVR?
Um,
I'm trying to remember that.
MPR.
Mahoning Valley,
Oh, Mahoney. Okay. Oh,
Mahone
Mahoney
Valley.
is MNR. MNR. Yeah.
also an Ohio track. So.
Yeah. So should be close in the race. Hopefully the pace will dictate that they can stay in the race and take advantage of the second race this year. So let's see. Romantic Cowboy for me. Rich.
No, you're actually
Oh, Joe, Joe.
you're
Yeah,
handing
Joe.
off to
Yeah,
Joe.
no, I'll take
That's
it.
right.
He's
Um,
on the other side of the world.
I just sent you, I just retweeted the tweet about Jareth Loveberry.
Okay.
It's hopefully the doctor report won't let me be out too long. So yeah, he's not riding
Oh,
to
okay.
Phil's or anybody else this weekend, just so that you're all aware. I am actually on the 6 Relish the Ride, which is something I'm also doing right now.
That's what you're doing.
I'm sorry?
So that's what you're doing.
Yes, exactly.
You're relishing the ride right now, man.
Yeah, he's, third start off the layoff. Won an open allowance sprint under Rivera about 3 weeks ago. So he's returning back to state breds today. And he has local wins at the distance. I guess if they go 6 and 7 back. And he's 5 for 9 locally. So I figured, well, this is obviously where he likes to be. It should be the best start of his form cycle, and he's a distance runner anyway. So if I can get 5-1 on Relish the Ride, I'm going to take it. Give me the 6, Rich.
But that was actually one of the horses that I actually liked as well. I promised myself I wasn't going to just, blindly chase after Steve in the vain hope that I could catch him being $40 down as it was and things like that. Um, but I've only got let's see here. I've only got two horses actually that are on this one. Um, and I'm gonna go with the other one. I'll go with the Deuce. I do really like the jockey. Edgar Zayas is one of the jocks that comes up from Gulfstream Park over here at Thistledown. And even though he doesn't have as much of a record, he is you know a real solid jockey from down there and things like that. And then over here, I'm just going to play that speed angle. And if you look down at the ranks that are there, it doesn't make any sense because they've only had 4 races here and it's 25% to each category and things like that. And this horse isn't necessarily the fastest horse here, but I have seen Zayas do this before. The horse had been on a small win streak coming from, as Joe mentioned, Mahong Valley, and then up to Thistledown, and then finishes second by a nose. Not necessarily against great competition, not in the best races, but just taking a poke. The horses 20-1 on the morning line. I'm not sure that there's a whole lot of play that's going to come in just because of people like me that enjoy Edgar Zayas as a jockey, which is actually the main thing that caught my eye here. And Joe had mentioned it before. The horse does have 5 wins at Thistledown. However, that's out of 17 tries. So I'm going to go ahead and take a shot here. I'm going to go with the 2, and it's Dr. Zarnett. All right. Well, hopefully that'll work out for me because that was the one race I decided to allow myself to go ahead and try and chase Steve down. So we'll see if that horse kind of works out either as a first or a second place and gives me enough money to go ahead and get back in this damn thing. Otherwise, I think I'll probably toast Steve before we get to our last tournament of our last racing day of this tournament. All right, here we go. Race number 11. They're going a mile and an eighth. Again, Joe, and you're correct. This is there is no turf course here at Thistledown apparently. So a mile and an eighth on the main surface. Lady Jacqueline Stakes. Purse is $250,000 for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward. Your morning line favorite is in post number 8, Interstate Daydream. Trained by Brad Cox and ridden by Florin Giroux, 7-2 on the Thistledown morning line. And this time, let's see, Ray, you're going to kick us off.
All right. This is actually this is a very good race. Very competitive from what I saw. I had a few options here. Um, but yeah, I decided to take a really good shot here with the number 1, Soul of an Angel. I'm doing like Rich. I'm taking a shot here with
There you go. Yeah.
21. This horse been running some big races like Troyan, Shawnee, and Churchill, Gulfstream Park, and you never know. go to this track here, and then she's 2 out of 24, but she's been 10 times in the money in these big races. So the Secret Oath, you see Secret Oath there, only finished 8 lengths behind. That's not so bad. For what I see. So maybe the dropping class and will help this horse. And mile and eighth, never know. They're stretching out. Louis Reyes is a pretty decent jockey too, from what I know of. He's not so bad. He's competitive. They go there for a reason. Get some good money there. So for 250K, go for it. So I'll go with number one, Soul of an Angel, and hopefully still even hit the second place. Might be some good money too. So, but the other choice I have, I like the four, I like La Vida, and the other my racehorse, horse 63 caliber too, number six. But that's what I was torn between. So I decided to go way on the reservation. Number one, Soul of an Angel. Joe.
Timing, Rich, just leave it right there. Le Davidas for me. She's been closing into slower paced races, and I think she should get a little bit better pace scenario today. Like Ray was talking about with the other horses, his horse, this horse has not really been embarrassed against graded company, finishing fifth of 8, but only beaten 4 lengths in the Azarian, third of 6, beaten 3 1/4 in the Bayakoa at Oaklawn Park. Jockey sticks around, and she does own a win at 9 furlongs. She's 1 for 2 at the distance, and there was one for 9-2. Ignacio Correas is a trainer we know of. Cheminade, I remember a little bit. He's a Kentucky rider, and obviously he's coming all the way from. I'm not sure where he's based, to be honest. I'm guessing he's probably in Kentucky at Ellis Park right now. So give me the 4, Le Da Vida Loca. I'm sorry, I just added the last part. Give me the 4. Rich, off to you.
I do have an opening here, so I do have one of the horses that Ray mentioned. I've got 63 caliber. Once again, kind of reaching down for one of my Florida jockeys. So instead of Edgar's Eyes, this time it's Christian Torres, and this is Tom Amos. And again, if you've ever watched our show before, you will see the name that really caught my eye, which was Gunrunner. And this is a 1.8 mile race, so this is a very long dirt race for the girls. And you're going to want someone who's got that kind of stamina. So I was looking over here for the dams and the sire stats, which you can find here again on those Brisnet forms. And in this case, those were both favorable to Gunrunner, who obviously, with his pedigree, was apt for the distance. This horse had won 3 in a row, and then did not do so well in the La Troyenne and the Houston Lady, I believe that is, and then finishes second in the Shawnee. So I'm looking for a little bit of a bounce back here after 3 subpar performances. But I'm going to give him the 4-year-old. 63 caliber, the 6. Steve, take us home.
All right. I'm going with a favorite here, Interstate Daydream. Lauren Giroux, Brad Cox, winning at 31% right now. Horse by Classic Empire. She's 2-0 at the distance in 2 races. Also won on and off track. Again, this is something I'm looking at this week. Won its last race. So yeah, I think things are looking up for Interstate Daydream, and I'm gonna ride with her for this race.
The one to beat.
And those aren't bad odds for a favorite, you know what I mean?
Right.
7-2 on Brad Cox and Florian Giroux. It's a competitive race, but
it's funny though, Richard makes it. If normally you would think that, and you'd say, why aren't they closer to like 5-2? But Morning line is just a guide.
Yeah, exactly. This is what
Yeah.
this is what they think the gamblers are going to do.
That's exactly what they're doing.
All right, here we go for our finale. Again, this is a 4-race sequence that we have in our tournament. This is race number 12, a mile and an eighth on the main track. This is the Ohio Derby, Grade 3. Purse is $500,000. It's for 3-year-olds only. And your morning line favorite is right out of the Kentucky Derby. He's in post number 4, Two Fills, trained by Larry Ravelli and ridden by, well, not going to be ridden by Jareth Loveberry. We'll find out who he is going to be getting ridden by tomorrow. But Joe, you're going to kick us off. Joe, the World Traveler English. What do you say?
Ryan Moore.
Well, it's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
Can
What
ride
was
the
the
horse.
He said Ryan
what was
Moore.
the comment?
He said
Ryan
Ryan
Moore.
Moore.
Yeah. No, no.
It could have been Aiden
Somehow
O'Brien,
I'm
Ryan Moore.
guessing Ryan Moore's a bit busy. Hey, if he gets it, more power to him. But I don't think he's giving up anything at Ascot today to come ride Two Fills. Nothing personal against Two Fills, but
Yeah, no.
I guess being that I'm in England, I didn't even think about this when I picked the horse. Being that I'm in England, I should take Lord Miles, right?
Right.
So I was going to anyway.
Oh.
There you go.
He couldn't run in the Derby because of the Safi Joseph situation that was going on at Churchill at the time. He's been working steadily at Gulfstream Park. He has a win at 9 furlongs in the Wood Memorial last time out. And he had, 3-year-olds can improve rapidly. You guys hear me?
I hear
Yeah.
you. I hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. 3-year-olds have the tendency to improve rapidly, and maybe this is what maybe this happens for this guy today. 7-2 on the morning line. Yes, he's got to make up ground on Two Fills. There's no doubt about that. But again, for all the reasons I've already mentioned, I think he's got a chance to do it. And our Edgar Zayas comes from Florida, rode him first 2 times he ran, so he's somewhat familiar. So I guess give me the 7, give me Lord Miles. I wasn't going to take Two Fills anyway because 8-5 isn't going to help me very much here. So give me the 7. Ricardo.
I have settled. I had a tough time with this race. I thought it was a little bit difficult. If it turns out that the Two Fills is not the choice for everybody, I thought the 3, and this is Brad Coxon for Giroux, so I went with that kind of familiar combination again. 31% that they hit together. One of the better combinations around the country. The horse is by Uncle Mo as a 3-year-old, and this kind of fits our profile a lot of times with the 3 broke guys angle. Although the horse did not win that last race, but failed as a favorite against Arcangelo, who was a 7-1 shot. Or I'm sorry, that was the Belmont where Arcangelo won that one. But Arcangelo went on to win the Belmont Stakes. Bishop's Bay was the favorite in that race, beat Henry Q at that point in time. So I thought this was a worthy angle to go ahead and give this horse one more try, even though he did fail as favorite in that last race. And again, I do love that Brad Cox for Giroux combination. Don't get anybody from Godolphin racing in North Randall very often, but there's Spendthrift Arm with a combination with Windstar Farms as well. So I settled on the 3, Bishop's Bay. Steve.
Yeah. Unfortunately for you, Rich, I also settled on the 3,
Uh-oh.
Bishop's Bay. She got all the same reasons. I don't have anything really else to add. A nice 5 furlong workout there on the 17th of June.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
And go ahead, Ray. Hey, even my backup choice would have been Joe's choice.
Well, yeah, me too.
Yeah. All right, that was stuck.
These horses are all
The way
logical.
my
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
picks
we
are
got one
going,
more,
you're better
huh,
off avoiding.
They're all gonna
mine,
be in the
so you're
wire.
fine.
Head and head and head. I'm gonna go to the inside. Number 1, Henry Q. This is more of a like that West Coast going east angle.
Yeah.
Had been running Santa Anita, Doug O'Neill. Did run well in this Sunland Park, and that race, the Peter Pan's coming up to be a very strong race, as you can see that we get the Belmont winner, Bishop's Bay, who's improving. I'm not sure Bishop A want to go that far. That's what so I decided to go with Henry Q, a little higher price, and so I can have them all by myself too. But no, Henry Q gets some speed, so I'm just hoping maybe they can Henry Commission's pretty decent on the lead, and of course he's gonna have company too. But being on the rail, I'm gonna be able to save the position, and it's a long way, smaller than eight, so. Hopefully the pace will be pretty decent, so we'll have some finish, left over at the end in the stretch, and hopefully two fills. Maybe he needs this race because he had a little slight layoff there, although he ran bigger than Derby. So hopefully
Oh my God.
he won't be there at his best. So, but I'll go with Henry Q. Hopefully, we can get a good price on him and number one. So that's it for
All
Ohio.
right. Take a quick look, you guys. Just make sure I got your entries all correct.
Mm. Mm.
Yes, Rich, you have my picks right. I just hope some of my picks will be right.
Yeah, I'm hoping some of my picks will be right.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to come on back to you guys, and we will go ahead and wrap this one up. All right, folks. Well, that's how we do it here. That's how the tournament works. We allow everybody to go ahead and make those picks. For those who were wondering, and I missed a disclaimer that I'm supposed to put out there at the very beginning, and that is that Steve and Ray and Joe and myself, we're all horse players who enjoy the game of horse racing. We are most certainly not selling our picks. We're not endorsing our picks in any way, shape, or form. We just enjoy the game of horse racing. We enjoy competing against each other. We hope you do too. Uh, Anybody who asks, we use the Brisnet Racing Forum that you guys saw there. That one is actually available for free, depending on which betting site you use. We know that Twin Spires, for instance, if you're willing to place a bet there at the track, you can get that same forum that we were just using for free. It is available as well at brisnet.com if you want to have a subscription for them. You guys, anything you would like to add before we go ahead and sign off for next week? Yes, Joe. As a matter of fact, Joe, I did have a question because I wanted to thank you. I mean, last week you joined us from Temecula, California, and this week you're joining us from London, California, or London, England. So let's just share with us. Where might you be joining us from next week?
Next
Oh yeah.
Saturday, I will be in Rome, Italy.
Oh.
Wow, there we go.
Whoa. Whoa.
So, and honestly, tomorrow, well, today, later today, I should say, tomorrow for you guys, later today for me, we're going over to Paris. So the Ohio Derby will be run after midnight, honestly. And then, Rich, I'm going to tell you this right now. If I have any scratches, don't expect to hear from me. Just give me the favorite.
You just get the
It's
favorite
okay.
and all those. Okay. Okay.
I said the Ohio Derby will be run at 12:20 a.m.
Oh
in
yes.
Paris.
Yeah.
So don't worry about, you're not going to hear from me. It's not going to happen. So
I know you were lucky enough to spend time at Ascot, Royal Ascot this week. Are you
I
going to be
did.
are you taking in a French racetrack as well by any chance, or is this does that
You,
conclude the
you
racing
know,
portion of the vacation?
if this was a solo vacation, you bet I would. But being that it's a
Mm.
family trip and I like to keep my family,
Oh hell,
it's basically, I also went to Royal Windsor on Monday night. So I went to Windsor on Monday night and Ascot on Tuesday and Thursday. So the trip is racing free except for the show for the rest of the way.
there we go. There we go.
Unfortunately, no.
I should have pulled a few photos that
Hey, you know what, Joe? You can always
Joe
say
and or his wife have been kind enough to share with us via social media, and I could have showed the audience, but just no.
Steve, what was that? What's
How
up?
far is Ascot from your hotel, Joe?
It's quite a ways. It took us on Tuesday. It took us about 2 hours to get there,
Really?
Ah,
Wow.
and
Oh, wow.
on Thursday it was about 90 minutes.
Mm.
So yeah, it's from where we're staying in Westminster in
London.
London.
Well, yeah.
It's
Okay.
quite a ways. Yeah.
How'd you get there?
I went as part of a tour group,
Oh, tour group.
and
Okay. Okay.
The
Nice.
guy Andrew, his name is Andrew Hill. He runs sports travel tours. So go to if you're interested, go to sportstraveltours.com. They do tours for every NFL game. They're going to do a Kentucky Derby trip next year. He wants to do Royal Ascot again next year. Anyway, he was the one who set up all the rides and the transfers, and he got us a ride from from Heathrow to our hotel, and he's set up our ride from the hotel today to the train station because we were taking the high-speed train from London to Paris this afternoon.
Okay.
You're taking the high-speed
Andrew
train
Hill
to
is
get.
his name.
You're taking the train, so you're going underneath the tunnel.
Yeah, we're taking
Oh,
we're taking the high-speed train from again from London to Paris.
that's cool.
It's about
Really
it's about a 2 hour train ride. But after flying with my family, train ride was the best way to go. So,
That's the thing about you.
honestly,
You could take the train. Yeah, you could take the train and Europe. Yeah.
honestly, guys, the flight from Calgary to London was the longest flight that I've been on, and it was 8.5 hours. And
That's nothing.
the flight from Rome is actually a nonstop to go home. So we're going to be on a plane for 14 hours on
There you
Monday,
go.
the 3rd.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I mean, so it's a long trip. We're not like in first class or anything, so it might be a little bit uncomfortable. So again, that's part of the reason we decided to take the train.
Mm.
Nice. No, good idea. That's
But
cool.
yeah,
High
no,
speed, high speed,
and
the high
again,
speed
it's been a
train.
blast. And if anybody out there wants to, like I said, Andrew, he runs sports travel tours. The company runs out of Texas. He's from London though, so he's very familiar with the area. And again, if you want, I know he's planning on doing another trip to Ascot again next year. So if you want to take a shot, he's more than accommodating. He's been very gracious to us, and I had nothing but good things to say.
Mm. Very good.
Nice.
All right, that's got to be the best update we've ever had on tournament horse racing. All right, well, and that's going to do it for us here on Tournament Horse Racing. I will go ahead and we'll cut this one off. For Ray Torado and for Steve Newsom and for Joe English, all the way out there in London, England. My name is Rich Sharp. Our show is called Tournament Horse Racing. We're at Thistledown tomorrow, so good luck, everybody, and good night. Bye.
Good morning.
Or good morning.